Hi, I'm Alice and this is my Frugal Wonderland, and today I have a fun outgoing swap to share with you guys. So this swap is actually the Let's Be Crafty swap that's being hosted by Sandy, and Sandy is Sandy_521 Lake Street. I know that's her Instagram. I'm pretty sure she's on YouTube too. I'll go ahead and link her information in the description below. This is actually a one-on-one swap, so she did pair us with some partners. This is everything that I created for my partner. This is my first time joining one of Sandy's swaps, and she actually joined my bee swap last year, so I was really excited to see that she was doing a bee swap. So I definitely wanted to get into my bee stash so that I can share and use up what I have. But if you want to see what I created, go ahead and keep on watching. For this swap, I think the only requirements were to make a minimum of 6 crafty goodies and then also 2 store-bought goodies. First off, I have this cute little placemat that was a bee. It was from Hobby Lobby and it was on clearance, so I decided to go ahead and grab that and send that in this clear little baggie that I love using. I stored the rest of my store-bought goodies. I just put a little card for Priscilla. My partner was Priscilla. Priscilla is actually Sillarican here on YouTube and on Instagram. I'll go ahead and link all her information in the description below as well. But in here, I actually have my memory dex card that I have in this envelope. And then these are just some store-bought goodies that I'm going to be sending her. We have some stickers that I got from Joann's a while ago. This die I had in my stash, and then I actually found another one during Joann's closing sale, so I decided to send that. We have some chipboard also from Joann's. This is very nostalgic. So sad because you know, Joann's is no longer open, so I hope Priscilla will enjoy using these little goodies here. And then I found this little journal at, I want to say Ross or something like that, and I thought it was so cute. I loved the pages on it. And then on the inside it even has a little bee, so hopefully she can go ahead and use this for journaling. I tried to look for another one because I loved it so much, but it just says be kind, so that is another store-bought goodie there. In that baggie I also had this envelope. I had this envelope in my stash from my bee swap last year, so I decided to go ahead and reuse it. This is just a little paper that was inside the envelope and I just left it in there. But this is my memory dex card. This was the only main requirement. It needed to be one of the 6 items that you created. I kept it fairly simple. I layered it up with some of this gold mesh. I put some enamel dots. It felt like something was missing on this corner, so I added this little black and gold gemmy. This is a little ephemera piece that was actually part of Hobby Lobby has, like in the teacher section, like bulletin board little ephemera pieces, and that was from that pack. And then from the collection I used, they had a bunch of cutouts, and this one just was in gold and it says be true. I kept it, like I said, fairly simple. I'm a pretty simple crafter. So I hope she enjoys this. On the back, I did my usual vinyl printout with the Let's Be Crafty and hosted by Sandy 521 Lake Street. And then I just put my birthday and my P.O. box and then my little maker's mark right on the side there. So that is my first little crafty goodie. So now on to the rest of my crafty goodies. So Sandy wanted you to be creative in your packaging, not just do a tote or anything like that. So then I had this somewhat recently picked up this, like, I don't know, pencil case little die from AliExpress, and I've been wanting to use it, and I thought it would be perfect to package all of my crafty goodies. It's small, but it is really fun it was really fun to put together. This was actually fairly simple to put together. The drawers do come out pretty easily, so I've got to hold them closed, but I'll go into more detail with my little packaging after I show you all my crafty goodies. In 3 of the little sections, I made these cute little, I don't know, candy boxes that I've had in my collection, and I decided to fill them with some crafty goodies. I didn't tape them shut. I just used a little bee safety or paper clip, and then you just open this up, and then on some acetate I made these cute little tiny bows. I thought they would be fun to add to little bee projects, and because they have like the honeycomb, but then these yellow ones you can use basically for anything. Not necessarily bee, but I thought these were so adorable. Next, I did make a dozen flowers in here. I'm not going to open them up. They're not tied like taped down or anything, but I did 2 different colors and just did a variety of them. So she could definitely use these, not necessarily on bee themed. I wanted to send some crafty goodies that she can use basically anytime as well. And then this one is obviously bee themed. I use the same paper as the little mini bows that I created. I just put them in here, and then these little pinwheels, I kept them fairly simple and then just stuck them on this paper. They fit perfectly in that little box, and stuck a little bee sticker. These little bee stickers are from Hobby Lobby, so I thought these cute little boxes were perfect because they fit exactly into the little slots of my 3D project. And then 2 more little goodies I decided to add into one of the slots were some sequins mix. I had this jar in my collection, and I just hung a little bee charm off of there. And these are just some chunky bee little glitter pieces. We have bees, honeycombs, and leaves that I put in there. And then this was actually gifted to me for my bee swap last year. I have a sequins mix that is almost exactly like this, so I decided to go ahead and re-gift it because this is such a cute little holder. It's like a lip gloss holder, but whoever gifted it to me did break off the little jar or the little lip gloss part, and you just pop this open to get the little sequins out. But I thought this was perfect to add into one of the little crafty pockets here. Next, I did do some beaded items. I made this cute little beaded pen. I used a few gumball beads that I had in my collection, and this is actually a garden pick that I got at Target last year in the Target dollar spot, and I just popped it off of the little stake and then glued it onto the top of the pen. It fit perfectly, so I loved putting that together. Next, I had made this box and this little pokey tool a while ago. This is the first thing I decided to go ahead and gift because I made it probably last year, and it's just been sitting in my collection, and I decided to use this to gift to Priscilla. And of course I used the same paper collection, so everything went well together. This is just a little, what is this called? Oh gosh, I don't even know what this is called. But like a test tube holder. Oh my gosh, I think that's what it's called. But I created that a while ago, and then I made this mini pokey tool, and it fits perfectly inside the little test tube. I have like this, just some more gumball beads, and I dangled this little bead charm in there, so I thought that would be fun to add to my little goodies. And like I said, it fit perfectly inside of the little holder that I created. Now onto some embellishments that I created. I had these 2 shakers in my collection that I got from my bee swap last year, so I decided to keep one just plain. It kind of holds this one in place. I embellished this one here. It was so fun embellishing this. I made 2 mini little rosettes. I added some gold thread. I added some of one of these little paper flowers that I created, and then this little bee yourself, and then these are actually 2 little charms that I just glued down on there, a little honeycomb and a bee. So that is my little shaker embellishment. Next, I did create this cute little rosette embellishment. I layered this little honeycomb die cut that I had. I used one of these little bees that were also on the little test tube case. I had, from the collection that I was using, had a bunch of these little cutouts. I have the Be True on my Memory Dex card, and then this one says Be Happy. So I wanted everything to kind of coordinate together. And then we have here, one of my favorite things to create are these little wavy flags that are from Scrap Diva Designs. I love making these things because I actually got these little drink stirrers from the 99 store before they closed. I got a whole bunch of them because I love using these on little flags, because it has a little part here that you could dangle a dangle off of. But I love creating these. I used the same collection for everything. I had made this flower a while ago and it went perfectly with what I was trying to create. Then we have from the same collection this queen bee that has in gold foiling, and then I put this little queen bee be fearless, and then I have some gold leaves on here, and then more of that gold mesh, and another little mini rosette. And then dangling off to the side here, I made this little charm dangle. I kept it, like I said, fairly simple. We have the bee that matches a few of the items that I created, and then we just have a bunch of bee themed little charms. So that is, this is probably my favorite thing that I put together. I just love making these flags. So this is the little pencil case or whatever container that I made. I had a lot of fun putting this together, and this actually comes with little, or you could add little drawers to it. So I filled all the drawers with little crafty projects. These do tend to fall out fairly easily, so let me try to hold it, or you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and pull everything out. But I just want to show you really quickly the little 3D project that's holding all of my little crafty goodies. So in this first drawer, I just went ahead and gifted 3 little gumball beads. I kept them yellow because it went with the bee theme. Then over in this drawer, we have some leather bee themed bows that I made. They're actually like the little faux leather little fabric that I just die cutted into these bows. Next in here, I have a bunch of little buttons, bee themed buttons I had in my collection. It's actually a full pack, but I decided to go ahead and take it out of its packaging and fill them all in here. Then we have a bunch of little bee themed charms. I kept everything in little plastic baggies because, like I said, the drawers tend to fall out pretty easily, and that way we don't lose a bunch of pieces. Next in this drawer, we have a bunch of bee themed little pendants. We have a bunch of, they're like acrylic little bee pendants. And then in this last little drawer, I added some little mini paper flowers that I created. But I had the white ones and the yellow ones, and I did use them in my projects, so hopefully she can use these in future projects. So that is everything that I created for Priscilla. I hope she enjoys all my little crafty goodies. I had so much fun putting it all together, so I'm gonna go ahead and package everything up and ship it off to her so that she can enjoy it. But if you liked what I created, go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below telling me what you think. All right guys, till the next one, bye.